Okay, state who you are.
Okay. Jennifer Johnston.
Who are you to me?
Oh, your mother.
Okay. So, do you consent to being recorded?
Yes.
Okay, so this week I have to write about the question, do you fear death? And because I answered that I don't fear death, and do you fear death?
No.
Okay, perfect, so we match. So I have to ask you, where does this unusual response, as most people are afraid of death and dying, stem from? Do you think there's any religious, philosophical, social, or scientific ideas, perspectives, or concepts that have influenced your view of death? So answer, do you think, or where do you think people not fearing death comes from, and what do you think influences that, I guess?
I think that people who don't feel death have a healthy understanding of mortality, and that the fear, if there's fear, it probably comes more from suffering or not knowing when versus the actual um, act of death. I think it's heavily influenced by life experience in the sense that, as you well know, your great grandmother, my grandmother, recently passed away, and I was there when she died. So I literally saw someone die. Um, and for her, it was very peaceful. And, she had lived a long, beautiful life. And so, she was not, there was no suffering. So there was nothing to fear with the actual process of death. I think for a lot of people, faith plays a big part as well, because I think that for those of us like myself who believe in an afterlife that's better and more beautiful and perfect than this one, see, death is the gateway to get there.
So then, how does your lack of fear affect your perspective on life and your actions?
Well, I mean, I think life is precious. No tomorrow is not promised. So I think it's important to live each day to its fullest and recognize that it's a gift.
And then, how does your lack of fear affect your relationships with others? Or does it?
Mm,
I mean, it might not.
I mean, I don't think it affects my relationship with others, but I think that I can look at somebody's as an outsider, I can look at somebody else's life and think, okay, you're doing things that are going to shorten your life. Like you're engaging in risky behavior, or like your mental state is not in a good place, things like that. So I mean, it can affect. I guess it affects relationships for me in that regard, because I don't want that for anybody. When you have things that are within your control, I think about like alcoholism, drug abuse, you know, um, things like that that are definitely shortening your life. But
Oh, so-
otherwise, I don't. I mean, like, it doesn't make me like you or not like you.
yeah.
It can just, I'm not going to engage. I guess it could affect the relationship, because if you're an alcoholic or you're a drug addict or something, I mean, I'm not going to engage in that behavior with you.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not around you very much while you're, you know, not in a good way. So yeah, I mean, I guess it does affect relationships.
No, I think that question's kind of weird because when I go to answer that, I'm like, it doesn't. Me, I don't think about death when I think about relationships. Like, I'm not going to be friends with you or not because you're doing something, or you're doing something that I think could affect my life. I just won't engage in those activities to begin with. So I didn't like that question. Sarah answered it weird. You answered it weird.
Well,
Do you have anything you want to add to any
no,
of those answers?
no.
Okay, I'll stop the recording now then.
Did you ask me who I am to you this time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just want to